Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium for the second game today in the PSCL. Today it's going to be the Lumberjacks and the Grizzly facing off. First pitch from the starting pitcher for the Grizzly, that's Justin Ruthroff, is in there for a strike. Lumberjacks up to bat right now. Both teams in green tops. Fouled off by Soto. The Grizzly have Grizzly across the front in white print. And the Lumberjacks, you can tell them apart with the white stripe on the back. Jacks written across the front. So it's Lumberjacks here in the top of the first. Grizzly will bat in the bottom half. Another one fouled off by Arthur Soto, the third baseman at the plate. Lumberjacks lineup looks like this. It's Soto, Hernandez, Alvarez, McCaskey, Millett, and Bicknell. Farina, Bachelier, Mackey, and then Ruiz to round it out. Pitch from Ruthroff misses high. Justin Ruthroff out of University of Pikeville, 5'9", 160. This is his third appearance this season. Pitch 2 2/3. Another one fouled by Soto. Good battle here. He's down 1-2. 1-1 record for Ruthroff on the season so far. 2 2/3 innings pitched. 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 hit by pitches, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. This will be Ruthroff's first start. Swung on and missed by Soto. First strikeout for Ruthroff. Put the heater by him. A retired Soto for the first out here in the top of the first. Defensively for the Grizzly out there from left to right in the outfield is Chris Aguilar in left. Connor Hennings manning center field today. Jude Luttrell in right. From third to first on the infield, Jason Doran is at the hot corner at third. Ethan Rosario at short. Hayden Huff at second. Mark Kirkland at first, and J.J. Ingman behind the plate. First pitch to Josh Hernandez is fouled out of play, 0-1. Sam Walters on the call today solo. Partner Steve is taking the day off. That one's lined into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Josh Hernandez rounding first. He'll stay there with a single. That's Josh Hernandez's 6th hit on the year, his sixth single. Add 2 walks onto that for a .467 on base percentage. Jack's lineup is strong up the middle. Now due up is Isaiah Alvarez. First pitch to him is a called strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. First time we've seen the Jacks at Palm Springs Stadium in quite a while. It's been since last weekend, since they donned the jerseys inside of our big field here. First time we've had them on the broadcast since, I believe, Saturday. That one is hammered into right field. Stays up long enough that the right fielder Luttrell can come in and make the catch. Second out here in the top of the first. That brings up the big bat of Jacob McCaskey. Shortstop today, he has gone yard twice already this year. 2 homers and 7 RBIs, batting .333. Batting in the cleanup spot today for the Jacks. That one is lifted to center. Playable for the center fielder Connor Hennings. He'll make the grab, and that'll retire the side here in the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the frame. It'll be the first time up bat for the Grizzlies, and they'll be facing off against Ubaldo Romo, right-hander from the Lumberjacks. No score in the bottom of the first. It'll be the first time up for the Grizzly here. Both teams wearing green tops. You can tell them apart in the field. The Lumberjacks have white stripes on the side and the back of their jerseys. Grizzly with the solid green top and Grizzly printed in white across the front. First pitch from Ubaldo Romo to Hayden Huff is in the dirt, 1-0. Grizzlies lineup looks like this. It'll be Hayden Huff, J.R. Freethy. Pardon, actually, Freethy was a late scratch at shortstop. New shortstop is Ethan Rosario. Believe he'll take over in that spot in the lineup, but we'll see how they shake things up. Another one in the dirt to Huff, 2-0. So it'll be Huff, and then I believe the shortstop Ethan Rosario, but we'll see. Mark Kirkland, Jason Doran, Josh Carrillo, J.J. Ingman. That one's cranked in the center in the air. Chasing Isaiah Alvarez. He makes the catch. First out here in the bottom of the first. That will indeed bring up the new shortstop Ethan Rosario batting second. Facing off against Ubaldo Romo, the right-hander, 6 foot, 195, out of Cal State Monterey Bay. This is his third appearance this season, his second start. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 4 runs, 3 earned, with 9 strikeouts. First pitch to Ethan Rosario is in there for a strike, 0-1. Rosario facing off against Romo. Romo works from the stretch. His next pitch misses, 1-1. Lumberjacks enter this game 4-2. The Grizzlies sitting at 1-4 currently. Pitch misses high, 2-1 to Rosario. Rosario seeking his first hit on the year. He's 0 for 5 so far. He has a run scored on the hit by pitch he reached on. That one's in the dirt, 3-1 to Rosario. J.R. Freethy was supposed to be the shortstop starting for the Grizzly today. He was scratched late with what we believe is just a minor case of bicep tendonitis, perhaps, or soreness. So they let him have the day off. Rosario starts in his place. Another one misses high, and Rosario's on a walk. First base runner allowed by Ubaldo Romo here. That'll bring up the big bat of Mark Kirkland. Kirkland enters the game batting .500, 3 for 6 on the season. 3 RBIs, 3 walks on top of that. Lefty on righty. Pickoff moved to first, and they got Rosario lingering at the bag. What a good pickoff move by Ubaldo Romo. Split second decision, split second throw. And it looks like Rosario is slow to get up. He's crouched at first right now, still hasn't gotten up from the head first slide. Not sure what quite happened, but there's a trainer out to check on him right now. Ethan's standing up now, hunched over at the waist, but they're going to help him off the field. I hate to see that for a guy like Rosario that came in already coming in for a late scratch at short. They're going to take him over to the tent and have him inspected. Hope Ethan's okay. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the first. Again, Ubaldo Romo now working to Mark Kirkland. First pitch to Kirkland misses outside. It's 1-0. Coming to a game like this, you can let that take the wind out of your sails. Hopefully, Ethan's okay and the Grizzly remain resilient here. In there to Kirkland, 1-1. Kirkland with an open stance in the left-hand batter's box takes one for a ball. Another one misses to Kirkland. He shakes his head. I agree, that was outside. Quickly, we'll get in the defensive lineup here for the Jacks. In the outfield, left to right, is Hernandez, Alvarez in center, Bachelier in right. From third to first, Soto at the hot corner, McCaskey at short, Farina at second, Millett at first, Bicknell behind the plate. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fills the count, 3-2 now to Mark Kirkland. Outfield playing Kirkland deep. Romo working from the stretch. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on and missed. First strikeout for Ubaldo Romo. And that'll retire the side here in the bottom of the first. We head to the top of the second, still scoreless. Top of the second, there will be some defensive changes in the infield for the Grizzly. Now entering at third base is Michael Macias. Jason Doran shifts from the hot corner over to second base. And Hayden Huff is going to fill that gap at shortstop. First pitch from Ruthroff in. Bounces in the dirt to Jackson Millett. Millett, another one of these College of the Desert guys. Fastball misses the outside corner, 2-0. Millett listed 6'2", 230. That one smacked into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to be extra bases. A good cutoff by the left fielder, though. Good cutoff on the one hop by the left fielder, Chris Aguilar. That's going to keep Jackson Millett at first base. One more bounce, and that would have gone to the wall. Leadoff single for Jackson Millett has the Lumberjacks back in business. Brings up Drake Bicknell, the catcher. off of first. Pitch comes to home. Misses on the inside corner, 1-0. Drake Bignell out of Jesuit High School, graduated this spring. Congratulations. Out of El Dorado Hills, California. Another one smacked into left field. That's going to get down for another base hit. 2 straight singles to open the top of the second for the Lumberjacks. Third hit allowed by Justin Ruthroff. Brings up the second baseman, Elvis Farina. They'll have time on the field and get a courtesy runner for Drake Bicknell. Looks like Kenneth Booth out there running for Bicknell at first. From the stretch, here's the first pitch to Farina. It's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Farina out of St. Cloud Technology and Community College. A Cyclone out of Orange Park, Florida. Spent a summer around that area. Swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2. Orange Park out in Central Florida. About 30 minutes outside of Orlando. Went to Oak Leaf High School. No outs, no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch misses high. Try to get him to chase the fastball. This season at St. Cloud, Farina hit .333, a homer and 4 RBIs. That one's hammered foul. Farina's got it going well early this season for the Jacks, hitting .417 in the early play. 5 for 12 at the plate so far. Got a double and 4 RBIs onto that credit. 6 walks. Called time right before the pitch was thrown. Jacks are going to try to get in Justin Ruthroff's head early, try to mess up that rhythm. He allowed a hit in the first, but quickly was able to retire the side with 2 flyouts after that. Here's another 1-2. In there, called strike 3. Off-speed pitch, inside corner. Farina sat down on strikes. First out here in the top of the second. Second strikeout for Justin Ruthroff. Runner still on first and second for the Jacks. Still threatening. Vinny Batchelor at the plate now. First pitch misses high. It's 1-0. Vinny Bachelier out of University of Nevada, Reno. This is outside, 2-0. Throw to first, late. Kirkland got tangled with Drake Bicknell at the bag. Pardon, that's Kenneth Booth at the bag. We've seen Kenneth Booth show off the speed. He hasn't started yet this season, but in his time as courtesy and pinch runner, already has 8 stolen bases and 3 runs scored this season. Foul back to the screen, 1-1. It lets you know that as a guy that's coming in as a pinch runner or a courtesy runner, means that your catchers are doing well at the plate. A lot of times these guys will have their catchers go back in and put the pads on, bring out a runner, so if guys are getting on base, it's a good sign. Catcher not thought of as a premium offensive position, but guys out here in the PSCL making the most of it. Down low, 2-1. Bachelier out of Sacramento, California, went to Capital Christian High School. That one smacked to third. Macias makes a diving attempt. It pops out of the glove. Hard hit ball there by Vinny Bachelier. Macias is staring at the webbing of his glove. He had it in there and it popped right out. A big diving attempt. That's going to go as an infield single. And the bases are loaded here for the Jacks with one out. Michael Macias, the new third baseman, he took over after Ethan Rosario was taken out of this game. First pitch to John Mackey is swung on and missed. So again, it's Macias at third now. Hayden Huff at short. Jason Doran is at second. Next pitch, Scott backing out of play. Lost that one. Thought it was going to drop in the stands. Partner Steve Granado able to catch his first ever foul ball the other day in the press box. That's already a very tight gap to manage. We even had the garage door that slides up and down here halfway down. Down swinging is John Mackey for the second out of this inning. 3 singles here in the top of the second have the bases loaded, but there are now 2 outs for Daniel Ruiz. Third strikeout of the day for Ruthroff. To the plate. That one misses high. 1-0. Ruiz uncommitted at this point. Big guy, 6'2", 205 out of Yuma, Arizona. In there, called strike. Ruiz rounds out this lineup with a base hit here, can round out the score. Misses high, 2-1. Lumberjacks lineup full of guys that split time with the power. Hernandez, Alvarez, McCaskey, 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. That one runs in there and it hit him. First run of the game is going to be scored on a hit by pitch. Breaking ball ran in and hit Ruiz in between the chest and the ribs. He labors to first, looks like he's okay. That would go as an RBI hit by pitch. That's one way to earn it. So the Jacks take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second on the hit by pitch. Flip the lineup card over to Arthur Soto. Chopped out to third. Macias comes in. Runner was in the way. He makes the throw to first, and that'll retire the side. So after getting one in on a hit by pitch, they do leave the bases loaded. They strand 3 runners. We head to the bottom of the second. Lumberjacks now leading 1-0. Bottom of the second, the Lumberjacks now lead 1-0 on the bases loaded hit by pitch in the top half of this frame. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Grizzly to try to bring something back here. Starting off with the second baseman, Jason Doran. Joining me on the broadcast again is Tyler Hughes.
Pleasure to be back. Had to get some, that pitch was down and out for the ball one. Had to get some AC after getting that field flip ready for this game.
Our guys work hard to turn over the field in between games. Usually about 20 to 30 minutes, we try to make the turnaround. Now it's chopped out to short. McCaskey handles it, makes the throw over to first. Quick ground out here in the bottom of the second.
I'm sure Sam was a little disappointed leaving all those runners on base. Would have loved to get some of those guys in and run up the score.
Yeah, I mean, the Lumberjacks lineup is full of guys that are capable of producing. Sometimes it doesn't exactly come through, and that's just baseball, but we saw plenty of guys left in scoring position last game. 2 triples left at third base, one of them with 1 out. Ended up being the difference for the Bombers. They lost by 1 run. Grizzly are looking to get this one back. Another one chopped to short. McCaskey handles, throws. Another 5-3, part 6-3 put out.
I'm sure there's a little bit of a chip on Sam's shoulder this year, especially after winning the PSCL championship last year in Ranger, Texas. I'm sure he's hoping to repeat it. So I'm assuming all 12 other coaches are gunning for that title this year.
For sure. You mentioned Sam. That's Sam DiMatteo, head coach for the green and white. Can't be too specific. 2 green tops in this game. First pitch into J.J. Ingman's a called strike. Again, if you're watching and tuning in now at home, or wherever you are across the country, green and white on both teams' uniforms, you can tell them apart. The Lumberjacks have the white stripe on the side and on the back. That pitch is hammered down the third baseline, foul by Ingman, 0-2. Grizzly are at the plate right now, are at the bottom of the second, 2 outs. Jacks took the lead in the top of the frame. It's been 2 quick 6-3 put out so far. Those coming on only 3 pitches. That one's in the dirt to Ingman, 1-2. I like what I've seen from Ubaldo Romo so far. He's peppering the strike zone, not afraid to challenge guys.
No, and he's working quick. Well, not right now, but it seems like he's been working quick, trying to keep the pace of the game going quick for everyone.
Yeah, you're able to manipulate that pace however you want to when you keep runners off base. He's only allowed 1 on a walk, and he eliminated that on a pickoff. That one misses to Ingman, 2-2.
Me jumping in a little late. Are there any specific players that you're watching between the Grizzly and Lumberjack matchup?
We're always watching the guys that are going to come and play for the power at night. Already mentioned McCaskey, already mentioned Hernandez, Alvarez. All 3 of those guys in the lineup for the Jacks today. Pitch is fouled off, stays 2-2. But a guy I'm looking to have a big season, and a guy that really needs to prove himself right now is Jude Luttrell. Playing right field right now for the Grizzly.
Is he off to a slow start, or?
Not off to a slow start. He just made the power roster, was added to the roster a few days ago. That was on the night that they played against the East LA Dodgers. He appeared on our online roster for the first time. That's a guy I think could be huge for not only the power, but also for the Grizzly because of his speed. The only problem right now is he's not as patient as I would like him to be, or as they probably would. That one smacked into left field. Chasing is the left fielder, Josh Hernandez. It's going to be off the wall. Heading into second base. Relay throw comes in. It's going to be late. So in there sliding with a double is J.J. Ingman. That one hit off the warning track, and Hernandez able to recover well. Nearly got him with a relay throw, but a 2-out double. Grizzly are back in business here in the bottom of the second. But off of that point, I think that Luttrell, I'll see how he's doing so far in general. Right now, I mean, he's hitting .375 in the PSCL.
That's good. That's good.
It's good, really good. Still early in the season, but those numbers definitely not lying.
No.
The main thing right now, I think, they could see out of him. You have Mark Kirkland, another one of these guys that's splitting time with the big guys. You have Biscaloo, another guy that's splitting time. Biscalou's typically not behind the plate unless he's subbing in the middle of the game. Typically want to give some time off the knees for him. But it's going to be one of these outfielders. Right now, center field, right field, and left field, as Hennings, Luttrell, and Aguilar are batting 8, 9, and 10 for the Grizzly at this moment. First pitch to Biscalou's misses low and out.
How did he do in his first outing against the East LA Dodgers?
He didn't start, but he came in, and I believe he scored a run. He came in as a pinch runner.
Okay.
I think that if he can start really taking off and taking advantage of the at-bats he has in the PSCL, he has a chance to overtake one of those spots in the outfield. Right now, the Power are testing out different guys in the lineup, obviously. Another one misses to Biscalou's 2-0. Testing out different guys in the lineup, obviously, but the main thing that they're looking for right now is a consistent rotation. We saw Cato Kleiman go down already. Hopefully he's going to be back during either this weekend series or the next week when they play against the Force.
Force always put a good squad together, so it'll be interesting to see how the Power match up against them.
Cato's brother Casey has been batting in the leadoff spot in his place. Another one misses to Biscalou's 3-0. But my guess is that they would not shy away from having a little bit more depth out there in the outfield, because right now they have probably a 2-man depth chart for everyone in the infield. They can move guys around. Rodriguez has started every game at third. McCaskey has DH'd and played shortstop for the Power. Second base has been rotated around to a few guys. That one's in there to Biscalou's down Main Street, 3-1. But I think if anyone in the PSCL really wants to make it, the best guys that have a chance are the outfielders. And right now, if Luttrell keeps on the hot streak that he's on, he has a chance to be able to do just that. Would love to see him earn some ABs with the big guys. 3-1 count. Chop foul.
Be interesting to see how he reacts playing for the Power, because it's a whole different atmosphere at night versus the PSCL. PSCL maybe have 15 to 20 fans, and those fans are usually parents of the players that are coming out and support their child. When come out to the Power games, we treat it like a minor league atmosphere. So it's a lot more fans. We got music, definitely a lot more noises that you're probably not used to playing. So it'll be kind of interesting to see as a batter how he would be able to adjust to that type of scenario.
That's a good sell. Power play tonight. We hope we can see you there at 7 o'clock first pitch tonight on this Friday. Called strike 3. Breaking ball. Biscalou's was heading to first, but he's caught looking for the third out here in the bottom of the second. So a runner reaches the second base on the double by Ingman, but nothing doing here for the Grizzly. We head to the top of the third. The Jacks still leading 1-0. Top of the third, Justin Ruthroff returns for his third inning of work against this Lumberjacks lineup. His first pitch to Josh Hernandez misses inside. It's 1-0. Another one misses outside, 2-0. Still here with Tyler.
Definitely enjoying the change of view.
It is a nice view from up here.
It is.
I'd say that that one's chopped down the first baseline and foul. I would say that this is the view that really gives you the impression that this could be the best view in baseball. You get just about everything from any part of the stands, but from right here, you're looking dead center. You see the mountains, good visibility today. You can see just about every single detail. It is really beautiful. Palm Springs already a beautiful enough city. That one's in there for a called strike. 2-2 now to Hernandez. Already a beautiful city surrounded by palm trees, the stadium is. See the turf field out and right. That one has gone the opposite way, and that'll be another base hit for Josh Hernandez, his second single.
A little slap shot over into left field.
Didn't try to do too much with that. That's all you need to do with some of these pitches when you're fighting off. He already tried to turn one over, saw that that was going to be a hard thing to do. Took it the other way into left field.
And watching Josh Hernandez, I always feel like he is our go-to guy for getting little slap shots into outfield, get things going for us.
He's a rally starter from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Guy that can come off as a leadoff hitter and go ahead and put your team on the base paths. First pitch to Isaiah Alvarez is skied out of play. See, this is why I love this 2-3-4 in the order, because you have Hernandez, a guy that's so scrappy, loves to get on base, steals a lot of bags. Follow him with Isaiah Alvarez, an extra base hit machine, guy with really good speed. Even if he's not leaving the yard, he's still able to be a threat on the base path. Then you follow that with Jacob McCaskey, a guy that's already shown the power, 3 home runs total between his time with the Power and the PSCL. The Jacks have definitely found the middle of their order. Hernandez takes off, pitches high. Throw to second is going to be late. Throw bounced in there, and the tag was way too late. Stolen bag for Josh Hernandez. 1-1 count to Alvarez.
And I feel like a lot of that comes from Sam DiMatteo. He's a very passionate coach. He's always coaching his guys up. And I know his players are always wanting to do their best for him.
I could definitely see that. That's why he's an assistant coach with the Power. Next pitch into Alvarez is in the dirt, 2-1. There's a lot of guys in the PSCL that I can already tell their players love playing for them. Bombers, I can see it with Thomas Nelson. I can see it with Don Braze with the A's. Two teams on drastically different sides of the standings right now. Totally different outcomes, but the same output. Guys really just having a lot of fun playing. That one's grounded to short. Handled by Hayden Huff. He makes the throw over to the first for the first out here in the top of the third. Alvarez grounds out, but Hernandez moves over to third on the play. So that'll bring up the big bat of McCaskey. Flew out to center his first time up. He was the one that put the whole league on home run watch until he put a ball over the wall over here in left field about a week ago. I think it was last Monday, actually.
And hitting home runs in this ballpark is no easy task.
Not at all. Catches the bat handle. That one's squibbed in the air, caught by shortstop Hayden Huff for the second out. That's the only thing. That's my only knock on McCaskey at this point. He swings really early in counts. Sometimes he finds a good fastball to hit. Sometimes like that, it runs in on the hands. He has to try to tomahawk it out into the outfield. Doesn't quite work out.
And like you said earlier, he has to be a little bit more patient.
Especially with a runner at third, you want to do all you can to let that run score. The Lumberjacks do lead this one 1-0. First pitch to Jackson Millett. It's fouled down the third baseline. Jacks lead 1-0, but insurance.
Definitely need that when you're only playing 7 innings or 2 hours.
From the stretch, the next pitch misses high. 1-1 now to Jackson Millett. He singled and scored his first time up. So once again, we'll see a runner 90 feet away. We'll see how the Jacks do. 1-1, swung on and missed. 1-2. Again, this is the second game of our PSCL action today. Sets up high, misses high, 2-2. We'll take a break after this one, and we'll have the power game for you on YouTube Live tonight at 7 o'clock. Facing off against the Orange County Pirates. 2-2 pitch, tried the inside corner, didn't quite get the call.
And I've been hearing rumors that we're going to be having a pitcher coming out.
Uh-oh.
Who is in his 30s, throwing high 90s.
That might be a rumor. That might be the truth. We'll have to see tonight. But you'll have to see tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the area, come out to Palm Springs Stadium for the game. Fouled off. Good battle by Millett here.
It's almost like our very own, what was that movie, Rookie of the Year with Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here in Palm Springs.
Every single guy on these teams looking for an opportunity, some place to advance, some area to better themselves. Another full count pitch. That one smacked the opposite way for a base hit. And to scores Josh Hernandez, and the Lumberjacks take a 2-0 lead. Good approach there by Jackson Millett. Shortened his swing, put it out into right field. That's a big guy that could definitely try to do too much and pull it down the third baseline in the right-hand batter's box, but really good approach with 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And there's definitely plenty of room out in the outfield for guys to get on base.
It is no easy task to get a good jump in this outfield because there is so much ground to cover.
Mm-hmm.
That brings up Drake Bicknell. Another one, another base hit. He takes that one down the third baseline. 2 straight singles with 2 outs here for the Jacks. They're still cooking. A runner in scoring position for Elvis Farina.
Looks like we got a pitch runner or courtesy runner.
Probably going to be Kenneth Booth again. Booth made it around to third last time in the second inning he ran for Bicknell. Millett and Bicknell are a combined 4 for 4 now. 4 singles. So 5 and 6 in the lineup extended to Farina. He struck out his first time up. In there for a called strike. The 0-1. Outside.
Do you know who we have on the turf field today?
I don't know off the top of my head. It looks like A's and Chill if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I could definitely make more than an assumption looking at the schedule. Another base hit put into left center field. Rounding third is Jackson Millett. He's going to come to the plate. Throw goes to third, and they got him out. That happened before the runner Millett scored. I believe that tag was made at third before Millett crossed the plate. So they cut down the runner at third on a good relay from the left fielder, Chris Aguilar. Went Aguilar to huff over to third, and Macias laid down the tag. So they avoid any more scoring here, stop the bleeding. Lumberjacks still lead 2-0, but we're heading to the bottom of the third. Grizzly bats on deck. Bottom of the third, we have a correction to make. The home plate umpire called Jackson Millett safe at home before the play was made at third. So the Lumberjacks are going to go into the bottom of the third leading 3-0 over the Grizzly. Ubaldo Romo back on the mound. The right-hander faces off against Hennings, Luttrell, and Aguilar. First pitch in to the center fielder, Connor Hennings, is a called strike, 0-1. I wasn't so sure. I could go back on the broadcast and look, but it seemed like they got that out at third before Millett crossed the plate.
But our good friends in New York gave us a call and told us that the runner crossed first and that the run counts.
That's right. Buster Olney called in, gave us the rules. 0-2 to Connor Hennings. Breaking ball tried the inside corner, didn't get the call. 1-2. Good sweeping slider here from Ubaldo Romo. Right now he's got it working well to right-handed hitters. See if he tries it again. Fastball, tried to put it past him, but it's fouled off. One and 2 to Connor Hennings. Another guy of University of Nevada, Reno. From Morgan Hill, California. 1-2 is hammered down the left field line. It's going to be out of play, but boy, did he get a hold of that one just a bit early. This is what I mean. Any of these guys on any team, but especially I think for the Grizzly, if any of these outfielders can start to produce at the highest level for them, it's going to be a scary team down the stretch. Here's another 1-2, swung on and missed. Pulled the string with the slider, front door was open. Third strikeout of the day for Ubaldo Romo.
And like he said, he has found his pitches against those right-handed batters.
That's right. We'll see how he works to the lefty Jude Luttrell. One out now on the bottom of the third. Well, here's the guy I want to take off. Guy that plays matchups well. First pitch fastball is high and tight. 1-0 to Jude Luttrell out of Wabash Valley College, right outside Cleveland in Ohio. Fastball gets away from Romo. It hits the screen.
Our very own Dom, Canada A's manager, is at Wabash, right?
That sounds right. I definitely wouldn't deny it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sure is. Director of baseball operation.
Knew that college sounded familiar. Pitch swung on and missed.
Yeah, choked up on the back. By the time that fastball reached the plate, he hardly had a swing on it, just kind of had to put the bat out there and hope something happened. 2-1 now to Luttrell. Another one swung on and missed, 2-2. Luttrell was ranked the number 6 outfielder in high school in Ohio by perfect game. In Luttrell's college, Wabash Valley was ranked the number 1 junior college in NJCAA baseball. Another one, wave and a miss. Down goes Luttrell, 4th strikeout of the day for Ubaldo Romo. That's what I mean about that approach at the plate. Luttrell was starting off this season for the Grizzly, batting high in the lineup, and sometimes he just gets beside himself trying to put one in play.
He was definitely reaching for that last pitch.
Yeah, that was a rising fastball, and he had no chance of catching up to it. So here's Chris Aguilar. The first pitch to him is another called strike. Romo has sat down the last 3 batters he's faced on strikeouts.
It's definitely in a rhythm right now.
Big time. The 0-1. Try the inside corner with the slider, didn't get there. 1-1. Chris Aguilar playing left field today, out of College of the Redwoods. One fastball low. I'm liking the maximum effort here from Ubaldo Romo. You can hear him grunt every time he's sending that fastball to the plate.
He's definitely putting that extra oomph into it.
Definitely. Sets again, the 2-1 misses, 3-1.
What do you think here? Fastball? Changeup?
I think you go with the slider here. If you lose him here, you got 2 outs. Trust your infield. Do what you can. He's only allowed 1 hit, and it's been an extra base hit. Went with the slider, caught the outside corner, 3-2. Now, I'm not sure if he has an off-speed pitch here, but if he has a third pitch he can go to take down the miles per hour, I think that Chris Aguilar is waiting on a fastball. We'll see what he goes with here. Full count pitch. Went with the fastball and got him swinging. Actually, that might have been off speed.
Yeah.
Looks like it was. It looks like it tailed back into Chris Aguilar. Either way, Ubaldo Romo strikes out the side. 3 up, 3 down. We at the top of the 4th. Lumberjacks still leading this one 3-0. Top of the 4th, Vinny Bachillier steps up for the 2nd time. First pitch from Justin Rothroff misses low and outside, 1-0. Bachillier singled his last time up. That was back in the 2nd inning where they plated 1 run. That one's cranked out to left field. That's going to get over the head of the left fielder, Chris Aguilar. It rolls to the wall.
That's extra bases.
Double here, a leadoff double for Vinny Bachillier. And the Lumberjacks are cooking once again. He had some frustration taken out on that ball. First extra base hit of the game for the Lumberjacks, and they still lead 3-0 here.
As their bats continue to stay warm this game.
Hard to get cold out here, but we've seen it happen. Some of these pitchers in the PSCL had it working. Rothroff struggling here. Runner in scoring position for John Mackey. First pitch is fouled off down the 3rd baseline.
And like I said earlier, with it only being a week in, a lot of guys are starting to get into that routine, starting to find their rhythm. Guys are starting to settle in, and bats are coming to life now.
Heck, we still are.
Yes.
we're just now finding that stride. Swung on and missed by Mackey, 0-2. You know, every single day I'm waking up and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We do have a game at 9 o'clock again today.
Yes. It is a grind for everyone involved, that is for sure.
30-day season for the PSCL. 21-game season for the Power, coinciding. They'll call time. Rothroff was giving Bachillier at 2nd the death stare. Eventually call time. He toes the rubber again.
And what I'm hearing you say is lots of baseball.
Yes. Love lots of baseball. Glad to have it back. That one came in on the hands, and somehow Mackey got the bat on it, but it sounds like it shattered it. I heard a pretty hollow thump from that one, so.
Looks like we got more lumber for the fire pit.
Yep, that one's going to go to the big bat forest in the sky. Someone's looking at it like that might have been theirs. Can't see who that is, but they don't look too happy. He's going to try to, yep, he's going to give it a tap on the ground. What is that, an E flat? Dump, dump.
Yeah, I believe so.
So Mackey's hanging in there with 2 strikes. Pitch misses high, 1-2. Yeah, losing a wood bat. I mean, metal bats, you don't see it very often, but it's the same case. But a guy that brings their own wood bat to the league, as soon as those things go, it's a piece of your heart. It's like a Horcrux from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That one smacked down the third baseline foul. About a foot wide of the bag. Yeah, you lose a piece of you with every single piece of equipment you lose when you play baseball. You got to buy so many different things to keep your body in shape, keep your body healthy, keep from getting injured. All kinds of elbow guards, shin guards. Seeing thumb guards make a big appearance now.
Yeah.
Guys wearing those up to bat. But it's mainly the bats. The bats is definitely a piece of your personality that leaves whenever it's gone. Runs inside, and that's going to hit John Mackey. He'll go to first. Breaking ball ran inside. Looks like it caught him above the knee.
Now let's see if the Jacks can drive in these runners now. Been leaving a lot of runners on base the past few innings.
That's right. That single that scored the second run in the third, the one we ended up turning over, thought that he might not have gotten in time before a nice relay from left field was made for the third out. That run still stranded a runner on base.
And looks like we got a pitching change.
That's going to do it for Justin Rothroff. A new righty heads in from the Grizzly bullpen. We'll take a break. We'll get you that name right after this. New right-handed sidewinder in the game for the Grizzly. That's Nathan Smith taking over. After 3 innings of work from Justin Ruthroff, there are 2 runners on base for Daniel Ruiz. They call time. Ruthroff went 3, gave up 3 earned runs, 1 hit by pitch, no walks, 3 strikeouts with 9 hits given up in those 3 frames. First pitch in there to Daniel Ruiz for a called strike.
I was going to say that was going to be a PSCL record, 9 strikeouts in that little amount of time.
This would be a different game if he had struck out 9 batters, but currently the Lumberjacks are leading at 3-0 and threatening again here. Breaking ball line to second. They'll make the play over at second base for a double play. Good flip from second by Jason Doran, was able to cut down the lead runner. Out away by Hayden Huff to cover the bag on that liner. Not a split second play. It was a soft looping liner over to second base, but still the runner caught too far off the bag.
Once again, the Jacks are having a hard time getting those runners home. Ball down for ball 1.
That's Arthur Soto at the plate now. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Line out to the second baseman, flip over to the shortstop, and quickly 2 outs. 1 runner still on base now for the leadoff hitter Soto. Another one in there on the outside corner. 1-1 now to Soto.
Does a batter's mentality or approach to the plate drastically change when you have your standard 3/4 release point guy coming in?
That one's skied into right field. I'll answer that question in the next half inning, maybe.
Yeah.
My short answer, yes. My long answer, in the weights.
Yes.
We head to the bottom of the 4th. Lumberjacks still leading this one 3-0. Bottom of the 4th, Lumberjacks still leading 3-0. Still Sam Walters here on the call with Tyler Hughes.
Making my broadcasting debut today.
Is this really the first time you've hopped in the box?
First time.
Well, how about that? You guys got a treat today. You got Reese Jacada coming on for the first time on the mic, and Tyler making his way to the press box for his first as well. First pitch into Hayden Huff is outside. 1-0. So to answer your question from the last half inning, when you bring in a sidewinder, does your approach at the plate change? Yes, it does. I'll say from my only experience, that one's lifted out to right center field. Chasing is the right fielder, Bichelier, and he makes the catch. First out here in the bottom of the 4th. your approach does change. And I think the main thing you have to do is be able to eliminate the the straight down. You're eliminating bottom to top swing, I guess you could say, uppercut swings. You're not trying to swing for the fences. You're hardly ever going to see a major leaguer even hit a towering fly ball against Darren O'Day.
Okay.
Anyone like that. Think like Steve Cishek or Pat Nechek, any of those guys that are throwing from the half slot. First pitch bounces to Michael Macias, the third baseman, 1-0. So your approach changes in that way. You're not going up there looking for a hanger of a breaking ball.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going up there, you have to shorten up your swing. You're looking, most of the time when I would play, I played third base and, batted like seventh. But this is my opinion and from my experience. What you're going to do is you're going to go up there, swung on and missed by Macias, 1-1. You go up there with the mentality that you can pull the ball. You don't have to try too hard to pull the ball either, because most of these guys that are throwing from the half slot are not throwing off speeds that are running in towards you. Most of the time it's going to be a changeup that goes the same way as a slider or whatever they're throwing from that arm slot. The sliders can get big. Pitch misses to Macias, 2-1. The sliders can definitely have a lot of break on it, so if you're trying to pull the ball, you're hunting fastball. If you're a guy that can go both ways, you're looking for the breaking pitch. Your eye level has to change quite obviously.
Yep.
That one misses to Macias, is 3-1. Your eye level has to change. Obviously, you're not looking for the pitch coming, 3/4 or over the shoulder. So most of the time what I would do, I think I only played like 2 games against right-handed sidewinders, maybe 1 against a lefty. This guy in the shallow outfield, second baseman Farina chases. He's backpedaling, but he's called off by the right fielder, Michelier, for the second out here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 flyouts to right field. And quickly 2 outs for Ubaldo Romo, looking to finish this 4th inning of work. He'll have to get through Mark Kirkland, who struck out his first time first. So there's a lot of little adjustments. You're not overhauling your swing or trying to do anything too much different. It's a lot easier if you're in the left-hand batter's box. I would say that the matchup righty on lefty is even easier when you're facing off against a sidewinder, actually.
Yeah.
You're not having to worry about guys trying to bury you inside, at least with pitches that are going to be going towards the feet. That one misses to Mark Kirkland. There's definitely a give and take with it. In there for a strike, 1-1. Did you have any baseball days growing up? Did you play?
I did not. I just made it as far as the T-ball. And then I realized I was taller than everyone else, so I switched over to basketball.
There you go. Misses high to Kirkland, 2-1. See, it was the opposite for me, because I played 1 year of basketball in a rec league and was completely terrible and shorter than everyone else. So I played baseball.
Okay, well, there you go.
Through 11th grade. Foul back to the screen, 2-2.
Football, basketball were my 2 sports growing up, but always had that little place in my heart for baseball.
It's America's pastime. You don't have to play it, but you can sure watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of it going on in Palm Springs this summer. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch from Romo. Breaking ball in the dirt, swung on and missed by Kirkland. Another strikeout for Romo. That's his 6th. We head to the top of the 5th. Lumberjacks still on top in this one, 3-0. Lumberjacks lineup starting with Josh Hernandez in to face Nathan Smith in his first full inning of work. That one's grounded out to second base on the first pitch. Josh Hernandez is out, first out at the top of the fifth. Well, Nathan Smith technically did work a full inning of work last time. He came in the middle of the inning after a double and a hit by pitch by Justin Ruthroff, but got a liner double play. The first batter he saw. Second batter, Arthur Soto, flew out to right field.
It looks like we got action in both bullpens right now as pitchers are starting to get loose.
It's going to be a fun one to see how this one closes out. Lumberjacks leading 3-0. First pitch in there to Isaiah Alvarez is a called strike 0-1. Alvarez 0 for 2 today. He's flown out and grounded out. Jacks looking to pad this lead. Waits on the breaking ball a little bit too much. That one's skied down the right field line and out of play. Mark Kirkland gave that one good chase. Didn't expect him to be the one to make it down the line.
But it was curving all the way.
Plenty of foul territory here at Palm Springs Stadium. A lot of room to be able to make a play if you can.
Probably one of the bigger ballparks I've seen, especially for all these college kids who aren't used to swinging the lumber.
That's right. Wood Bat League, the PSCL is college baseball, still on the metal bat train. That one misses outside, 1-2. That's how you call it, getting professional ABs. You know, I've never seen a difference with my swinging a wood bat as opposed to metal, but there definitely is a mental shift. You start getting in your head, you think that, oh, this isn't carrying as much as it used to. Ground balls aren't getting hit as sharply. Inside gets away from the catcher. Evens the count 2-2 to Isaiah Alvarez.
I know when a lot of scouts come out here, they enjoy seeing these guys swing with the wood bats.
That's right. Most notably, the crack of the bat can change a game, but it can also change a scout's mind. Sometimes you're not always able to tell off the bat with a metal bat if something's hit really hard as opposed to hard or even soft. It's going to make that same clinging sound either way, fouled off by Alvarez. With that wood bat, you can tell straight away. You can tell if a guy gets a hold of it or not. So many little quirks in baseball. That's why we love it. Little mental adjustments and things that can change your mentality, your approach in the field, on the mound, at the plate. All those little things add up. Late called strike 3. That hit the outside corner. Home plate umpire rung him up. Isaiah Alvarez gone down looking. That's the first strikeout for Nathan Smith. Brings up Jacob McCaskey. We've seen him fly out and pop up. Both of those on the first pitch. Got to imagine against a sidewinder you watch the first pitch. Maybe if you see one you swing, but trying to put one in play. He watches one, it's in the dirt.
Power players are struggling right now going up against the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Or the power players, I should say.
Yeah, that's right. 2, 3, 4 in the lineup, a combined 2 for 8 at the plate. Both of those hits coming from Josh Hernandez. Grounded to short. Handling it is Hayden Huff. Booking it up the line is McCaskey, and looks like he lost his footing on that throw. Hayden Huff's airmailed that one. Is that what happened? I looked down for a split second.
It did. It was a routine field, and we went to go and throw it, and just airmailed it out to the bleachers.
Well, that'll be the first error on either side. Wind picking up here in Palm Springs.
And would that go down as a ground rule double?
They'll move him over to second since it went out of play. So McCaskey reaches on the air, advances to second on it. E6 extends this inning. Yeah, it seemed like it was going to be a close play either way, even though it was routine. McCaskey was hustling up the line. So he's in at second after the 2-base error. Jackson Millett steps up to the plate. First pitch he sees, he grounds it down the third baseline. Macias handles, makes a long throw over to first, and they get him out at first. High throw, but Mark Kirkland able to come back down on the bag with the right foot. And that'll end the top of the 5th. We had the bottom of the frame. Lumberjacks still leading 3-0. Four scoreless innings of work for Ubaldo Romo, and he will leave the mound for a new right-hander. That's Dylan Silver. Those 4 scoreless, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit for Ubaldo Romo. A fantastic outing here, and he is qualified for the decision. We'll see how the lead holds up. The Jacks are up 3-0 at this point. Dylan Silver is on the mound now, new right-hander for the Lumberjacks. First pitch in to Jason Doran is in there for a strike. Also a new catcher behind the plate for Silver. That'll be Jake Biscaloos. He moves from DH to catcher. You can hear the wind picking up in our mic. Swung on and missed by Doran, 0-2.
Definitely starting to get a little bit more breezy out here right now. Looks like the wind is blowing towards us, so that will not help the hitters out.
Grizzlies' chances of a comeback are going to have to be down the baselines and on the ground most likely. 3 pitches, strikeout. Silver gets Doran down swinging. First strikeout for him, 7th of the ball game for the Jack staff.
And Silver's just picking up right where Romo left off.
That's right. Romo struck out Mark Kirkland to end the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 5th starts with another K swinging. Josh Carrillo steps up. He grounded out to short his first time up. Chopped down the third baseline, foul. Dylan Silver, 6'3", 220 out of Cal State San Bernardino, making his 2nd appearance on the season. He was tacked with the loss versus the North Stars on the 21st. Went 1 inning, faced 6 batters, gave up 3 hits and a run.
Looks like we have another pitching change coming up right now. Looks like Silver might have hurt his arm on that last one.
Not a fan of that. I've already seen a few guys go down in this game, Ethan Rosario notably. J.R. Freethy was noted for the start at shortstop, couldn't start due to bicep tendonitis. Rosario hurt himself on a slide back into first, and now Dylan Silver exits after facing 1 batter and throwing 1 pitch to Josh Carrillo. So the new right-hander is going to have plenty of time to warm up. That's Jacob McCaskey entering on the mound. We'll have more about him and the Jacks facing the Grizzly right after this. New right-handed flamethrower on the mound. The Jacks bring up Jacob McCaskey to fill in for Dylan Silver. He went one batter, struck him out. It's now an 0-2 count on Josh Carrillo. Pitch
Just a
way
bit outside.
Yeah. McCaskey's got a good fastball. Not sure about what else he has in store. All of his pitching appearances of the season coming at the turf field. Misses high, 2-2 now to Carrillo. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Lumberjacks leading 3-0. New shortstop in the game. We'll get that name for you. Line to second. Soft looper. Second out. Wasn't expecting there to be weak contact with the first breaking ball that Carrillo saw off of McCaskey. He wasn't catching up to the fastball to that point, so took the breaking ball the other way, just right in the glove of Farina. We've already talked about McCaskey on the broadcast. He started at shortstop with a 6'205" out of Cal Penn. First pitch into J.J. Ingman is a called strike. Actually, looks like this will be Irvin Bounds pinch hitting. Two strikes. McCaskey working quick, wasting no time. He's back on the rubber already. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Misses high, 1-2. So before McCaskey throws another one, McCaskey's made 4 appearances so far this season already for the Jacks. Slapped out of play.
If you blink, you're going to miss McCaskey throwing. He is working quick.
He is not wasting any time. He's already back on the rubber. He works out of the windup. That fastball is definitely a blink and you miss it. Fastball, called strike 3. Irvin Bounds had nothing to do. Can't eat the cheese. You got to get out the kitchen. So the second strikeout of the inning will retire the side here in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th. Jacks looking to protect their lead. They're up 3-0. Top of the 6th inning, new right-hander for the Grizzly is Alex Carrillo. He'll swap over from the designated hitter spot in the lineup to come pitch. So assumedly, the Grizzly lose the DH should it come back to that spot in the rotation. First pitch to Jacob Martin, pinch hitting, swung on and missed.
It's almost do or die time for the Grizzly now.
That's right. We don't have much time left. We'll see. Most likely they'll finish out the last 3 half innings, assuming the Lumberjacks hold on to the lead through this one. But 2 more rounds up to bat. That one's fouled. 0-2. 2 more rounds with the Grizzly pitchers. Lumberjacks looking to pad their lead right now. They're up 3-0. Carrillo out of Grays Harbor College, 5'10", 168. Next pitch, breaking ball, misses high. 1-2 on Jacob Martin, again pinch hitting for Drake Bicknell, the catcher. Will most likely come in and stay to catch in the bottom of this frame. Breaking ball in there, called strike 3. Martin waited on it and it hit the zone by the time he even saw it.
It was a good pitch.
Yep. Carrillo making his 2nd pitching appearance of the season. His first time, he went an inning, faced 3 batters, and struck out all 3. Off to a good start, and a similar start here today. So Elvis Farina's at the plate. Right-hand batter's box, had an RBI single back in the 3rd and struck out in the 2nd. Carrillo working from the stretch. His first pitch is inside, 1-0. Breaking ball, line back to the pitcher, and Carrillo, an infielder himself, makes the play. Had to reach back to the other side with the glove he had already followed through. Stuck the glove back to his right-hand side. Was able to snag that liner, looping towards him.
And if we had a PSCL web gems, I feel like that would be number 1 of the day.
It would be. We've seen some good plays, one of them notably by Michael Macias at 3rd already in this game. That one was definitely a blink and you miss it play. Quickly 2 outs here now on the top of the 6th. First pitch to Vinny Bachillier, misses low, 1-0. Bachillier's 2 for 2 today, single and a double. That one's cranked out to left field in the air. That's going to get over the head of the left fielder, Aguilar, and hit off the wall. It'll be extra bases. It'll be a double with 2 outs. Vinny Bachillier's 2nd double of the day.
But here we are again. Jacks have no problem getting on base. Just getting those runners to score. It's been their biggest problem this game.
That's right. They've had a runner on base in every single inning, only scored in 2 of those. 2 coming in the 3rd and 1 coming in the 2nd. If we're being quite honest here, the lead could only be 2 right now. A close play at 3rd base when a runner was scoring ended the 3rd inning. First pitch to John Mackey's in there for a called strike, 0-1. So yet another runner in scoring position. Bachillier led off the 4th inning with a double. He ended up being stranded there. The liner to 2nd base ended up being flipped to short for a double play. Mackey's 0 for 1. He struck out and been hit by pitch. That one's in the dirt, 1-1. Tyler, a Renaissance man yourself, making your first appearance in the booth, but do it all for the club here. What do you think about Alex Carrillo so far?
He's got some good pitch selections. I was just noticing he has a very unique leg kick before he throws the ball every time. So I was kind of interested in seeing that in action and see if that throws off the batters with his slow delivery. A lot of the pitchers thus far have been working fast, and it seems like Carrillo's coming in and slowing things down a little bit. So it's been interesting to see how the batters have been adjusting to it all.
That's right, he's setting the tempo. That leg kick gives him a lot more momentum. Not a big guy, only 5'10" on the mound, but that fastball is riding. That pitch is swung on and missed. Rides enough to get him another strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Alex Carrillo. A scoreless frame. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Grizzly looking to get this one back. They are trailing 3-0. Bottom of the 6th, it'll be another inning of McCaskey on the mound. He'll face off against 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup for the Grizzly. First pitch to Jake Biscaluse, 2 power players facing off against each other. It's fouled off back to the screen.
This is definitely for bragging rights right here.
Definitely. Love a good battle like this. Fine-tuning before the game tonight. Got to think McCaskey is not pitching. But the good thing is that his big bat will be in the lineup tonight. That one misses high, 1-1. Jake Biscaluse, one of the catchers on the power roster. He started 3 games. Split time with Justin Mazzone at the plate. In there, called strike, breaking ball. It was a beauty. Mazzone not playing in the PSCL, so Biscaluse typically doesn't have favor in the lineup whenever it comes to being behind the plate, but on those days off, sometimes he'll get a day like this where he comes into the game as the well, he'll start the game as the EH or DH and end up moving behind the plate after that, give his legs a rest. There's a 2-2 count now to Biscaluse. That one misses, I guess, a bit high. Looked like a good spot. Full count now on Jake. Biscaluse has struck out in his only plate appearance today.
Ooh.
They appealed to first. Did not quite catch the inside corner. So Biscaluse reaches on a walk, a good spot by McCaskey, but didn't get the call.
Very good spot.
That brings up Connor Hennings, also 0 for 1 today, also with a strikeout. That one's grounded down the right side and through. Base hit for Connor Hennings. Jake Biscaluse, close play at second. Biscaluse took 2 steps off the bag, hadn't turned around, and a throw by Vachelier almost got him. If the second baseman Farina knew that Farina was facing towards the plate, if he'd known that Biscaluse wandered that far off the bag, they could have cut down the lead runner.
Would have been a play at second base.
But nothing doing, still no outs here. Bottom of the 6th. Grizzly finally making some noise. First pitch to Jude Luttrell misses high, 1-0. That is the first hit for the Grizzly since the second inning.
Wow.
That is the second hit of the game for the Grizzly.
Huh.
The first one, a double. Back in the second for J.J. Ingman.
Jack's pitching staff has been doing a really good job of keeping the Grizzly bats quiet today.
That's right. Before that, there were 3 straight 1, 2, 3 innings for Jack's pitchers in the third, the fourth, and the fifth. 1-1 to Luttrell. Offered at it, they call it a strike. 1-2. Tell me if you heard this before. Luttrell is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Ubaldo Romo went a solid 4 scoreless, followed by Silver, who went 1 batter and headed back to the dugout. And McCaskey has come in. He's allowed 2 runners to reach here. And he has Jude Luttrell at 2-2. I'm
sure McCaskey's still warming up, coming in on short notice like that.
That's right. Misses outside. Pump fake to first, nothing doing. Full count here to Jude Luttrell. Yeah, I got to imagine they had McCaskey already slated to pitch today, but not so quickly. They said they wanted Ubaldo Romo to go 3 or 4. He went 4. They slated Silver for 1-2. He went 1 batter. Pitch misses outside to Jude Luttrell, and the bases are loaded for the Grizzly. Two walks in the inning for McCaskey. That'll draw Sam DiMatteo out of the dugout and have a conversation. Try to find a game plan here with no outs and the bases loaded. This is McCaskey's game to finish out. There is no one warming up in the Jacks bullpen.
What do you think Sam is telling him right now?
My guess is probably attack these hitters. You can afford to have base hits. Don't leave anything trying to get just to get me over strike. My best guess is that he wants him to turn to that breaking ball more. I think if he keeps on pounding the inside corner against these right-handed hitters, eventually he's going to start getting that call. He locked up Irvin Bounds with it to end the 5th inning. Front door breaking ball caught him looking. If McCaskey wants to make it out of this inning clean, he's going to have to go through Chris Aguilar. After Aguilar, it turns the lineup card back over to the top for Hayden Huff and Michael Macias. McCaskey set. Working from the stretch now. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed by Chris Aguilar. 0-1, couldn't catch up with that fastball yet. The only other time McCaskey has pitched this season, he pitched in a 9-2 loss, came in to mop up. Pitch misses to Aguilar, 1-1. This time he's pitching with a 3-run lead, but there's 3 runners on base for the Grizzly. They threaten with no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch to Aguilar. In there, called strike, 1-2.
Catcher's doing everything in his power to do a good frame job for his pitcher, trying to get as many strikes as possible.
That's right. Jake Biscalou is a great framer, great defensive catcher we've seen already in this game. A couple of blocks that kept runners from advancing. He's going to have to pull a few more out here. 1-2 pitch. Went high.
Can't help your pitcher on that one.
Didn't seem like they were trying to set up quite that high, just missed the spot. Trying to elevate the fastball against Aguilar. Aguilar calls time. He's got something in his eye. Not a surprise. The wind's still
swirling around down here.
Yep, still getting a few gusts every now and then. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Second strikeout for McCaskey. That's the first out of the bottom of the 6th.
That was a good pitch selection there.
Big time. I've wanted him to go to the breaking ball. That time he chose the outside corner, and nothing that Chris Aguilar could do but wave through it. That brings up Hayden Huff, the leadoff batter. First pitch swung on and missed. A ground ball here for the Lumberjacks would be such a momentum swing. Right now, bases loaded, still only one out. The Grizzly are surging here in the bottom of the sixth. 0-1 pitch, fouled off and out of play. Right now, it doesn't seem like Hayden Huff is quite caught up to that heater yet. If I'm McCaskey here, I'm putting it high in the zone and seeing if I can put it past him. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball, put it past him. Third strikeout for McCaskey, second in a row. 2 outs, bottom of the sixth. This is the best chance that the Grizzly are going to have all day. It's easily the best one they've had so far. It would have been the best one they had so far if they had 1 runner aboard. But now there's 2 outs. Michael Macias is up at the plate.
And McCaskey's really leaning on that fastball right now.
Good for him. It's a good one. First pitch fastball misses outside. Macias has 1 plate appearance today. Flew out to the right fielder. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball in there. Locked up Macias. He had the bat under his underarm before it even hit the catcher's mitt. Biscaloo's at third. Hennings at second. Luttrell at first. Another pitch in the dirt. 2-1 now to Michael Macias. 2 walks and a single have loaded the bases. There's 2 outs, 2 balls, 1 strike. McCaskey from the stretch. Time called at the plate. Long stare into the catcher. Macias asked for time. Understandably so. 2 of his counterparts have gone down swinging.
Thinking fastball here?
I'm thinking breaking ball here. 2-1, freeze him. Goes with the fastball, induces a foul ball. Here's where you really rear back if you're McCaskey. I would throw the fastball here. Last pitch, didn't quite get the fastball by him, but he was most definitely late. Just barely got a piece of it and slapped it down the right field line and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Fastball, just got a piece of it again, able to slap it out of play. Good battle here between Macias and McCaskey. The battle of the number 17s. Not to break the tension, my favorite number.
Yeah. Also battle of the greens.
Battle of the greens. Battle of the teens. The 7 variety. 2-2 pitch.
Oh.
Almost hit Macias. Fastball ran inside. That's going to fill the count at 3-2. Macias hung in there. Full count. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Runners going. Breaking ball.
Oh.
He's going to take first. A walk with the bases loaded has given the Grizzly their first run. They now trail by 2. The bases are still juiced, and that's going to bring up Mark Kirkland.
That was a very close pitch.
That was the spot you needed to hit. It did not get the call. It might have been a bit high and a bit tight, but not by much. Macias reaches to first. Here's the first pitch to Kirkland. Fastball in there, called strike. Third walk by McCaskey of the inning. Plates a run for the Grizzly. Foul tipped.
Batters still can't touch McCaskey's fastball right now.
Nope. I think he should go back to it. It was a good pitch with the full count going to the breaking ball, but here you put the fastball by him every time until he can't hang anymore.
Let the batters prove that they can touch you with that.
That's right. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Kirkland. Went fastball high. One ball and 2 strikes. Down and away, 2-2. Good thing for McCaskey here is that even though you lose that run right there, you lose that batter, you're still working ahead in the count. If you can afford to miss a few pitches, you want to be able to earn that call on with the breaking ball, but the fastball is working well for you. Here's another 2-2. Lifted down the left field line and out of play. McCaskey's having to earn it. The Grizzly will not be cheated. It's been the top of this order that's given him a hard time. Another 2-2. Breaking ball, got a piece of it. Back to the screen.
Another good battle.
This is what we want in the PSCL. We want guys to know what leverage and what pressure feel like. This is leverage. This is pressure.
A very high pressure moment. Bases loaded. 2-2 count.
And another battle of power roster players. Another 2-2. Fastball high. Fills the count 3-2 to Mark Kirkland. He struck out twice today.
You thinking fastball here?
Thinking fastball all the way. You have to earn it against a lefty. He's seeing the ball well. He's been able to spray a few foul. Not quite able to catch up with it yet. They set up inside. Breaking ball. Did not catch the corner again. Second bases loaded walk in a row on a close full count breaking ball. McCaskey has to be feeling it right now. He thinks he's earned both of them. And at this current point, he's given up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. And the Lumberjacks lead is cut to 1. Bases are still loaded for the cleanup hitter, Jason Doran. Fourth walk of the inning. McCaskey has missed a few times, but none of them by much. First pitch, fastball, rears back and misses high to Doran, 1-0. Can't play outside of yourself here if you're McCaskey. Breaking ball, chopped to second. Farina makes the play. He'll throw over to first, and that will end the bottom of the 6th.
Way to get yourself out of a jam.
Big time. The lead is still intact, but it's only at 1. The Lumberjacks still ahead of the Grizzly, 3-2. Top of the 7th. This one's going to go the distance. We played 7 innings and 7 innings only. 7 innings maximum in the PSCL. And it's been a good one so far. The Lumberjacks have brought it back to only a 1-run deficit. They trail 3-2 right now. Alex Carrillo back for his 2nd inning of work. First pitch to Daniel Ruiz is swung on and missed, 0-1. Carrillo worked a scoreless 6th, gave up a double with 2 outs to Vinny Vachillier, but no runs played in that inning for the Lumberjacks. They've struggled to add insurance since the 1st inning.
And now it's anyone's ball game.
Big time. Lot to prove right now. This is one of the best games we've seen at Palm Springs Stadium. Easily the closest. Only one decided other than that was the Bombers and Grizzly game almost a week ago that ended in a walk-off for the Bombers. Breaking ball in there, called strike 2. We saw the Bombers here earlier. First game today ended up in a 4-3 final. That one never felt as close as this one. The tension building. Foul tipped it, got a piece of it.
It'll be interesting to see how McCaskey responds after the inning he just had. Giving up 2 runs, not getting the calls the way he wanted them to go.
If I was him, it would put a chip on my shoulder. I'm going back out to the mound with something to prove. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Daniel Ruiz. Swung on and missed. It was in the dirt, gets past the backstop. Over bounds, finds it, throws to first, and he's safe. So Daniel Ruiz reaches on the wild pitch. That'll go as a strikeout for Carrillo, his 3rd on the day.
Looks like we get a courtesy runner over there for him.
Yep, Ruiz will head back to the dugout. Looks like it's going to be Josh Catacatan running for him at first. Big insurance run at first base in Catacatan. A throw over brings him back, but the tag's not in time. Lumberjacks flip the lineup card over to Arthur Soto at the top. He is 0 for 3, strikeout, flyout, ground out. Grounded to third, but foul.
Just received word our good friend Steve will be making it back tonight.
That's right.
Had a little family emergency, but it sounded like everything went well. And he'll be here to call the power game and give my voice a rest.
Yes. All 6 innings that Tyler has called today.
Yes.
That one's chopped to third. They make the play at second. They're saying that Catacatan is out. Even though the ball was dropped, it must have been late enough for them to apply the tag. So the force outs made at second cuts down the lead runner in Catacatan. The fielder's choice puts Arthur Soto at first. I'll go 5-4 on the putout. So still one runner aboard and 1 out here for Josh Hernandez. Throw over to first to Chase, not in time.
Carrillo knows that there's a lot of speed out here, so he's trying to do his best to keep the runner at bay.
Quick hands, and infielder Carrillo is. Pitch misses outside to Hernandez, 1-0. Josh Hernandez is 2 for 3 today, 2 singles and a run scored. Tack on a stolen base to that.
Solid day at the office.
1-0 outside corner, 1-1 to Hernandez. Lefty on righty matchup, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Throw over to first. Not in time, barely got the tag down. Arthur Soto stays alive at first base. Carrillo's chasing him. 1-1 breaking ball catches the zone to Hernandez. 1-2. Alex Carrillo looking to keep this game where it is. His team trails by 1. Call time at the plate. Should it get that far, the matchup I'm looking forward to is to see what McCaskey does with the bat.
Would be interesting to see what he does.
Bounces it to the plate, 2-2. He tried to earn it on the mound, ended up giving up 2 runs. His next inning of work, still no one warming in the Jacks pen. He'll be going for a save. Another throw to Chase at first. Soto's in there with a slide, safe. Two balls and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Josh Hernandez and the Lumberjacks still looking for that insurance run. Carrillo sets and fires, runners going. Pitch misses outside, down to second. Close play, but he's in there sliding safe. Looks like Soto.
A little slow to get up.
Looks like he's okay. He might have got a mouthful of dust. They call time, let him get his wits about him. It's a stolen bag for Arthur Soto. Back to the plate. It's a 3-2 count. Here's the break even. Misses inside, bounces to the plate. Advancing to third is Soto and heading to first. Josh Hernandez, runners on the corners with 1 out for the Jacks. The first walk allowed by Carrillo.
If I'm Sam here, I'm giving Hernandez the green light to go ahead and steal second.
As many runners in scoring position as you can get for Isaiah Alvarez, and maybe even eventually Jacob McCaskey. Isaiah 0 for 3 at the plate today. Strikeout, ground out, fly out. That one smacked into left field. That's going to be insurance. Coming in to score is Arthur Soto. It is a 4-2 game. Isaiah Alvarez with the clutch RBI single.
First RBI for the Jacks, since the 2nd inning?
Since the 3rd.
3rd.
Still rings true. They went down without much of a fight for 3 innings after that. They've struck back and been able to get that ever-present padding. Take a second to talk with Alex Carrillo through this situation. Looks like this will also be Alex Carrillo's inning to finish. No one warming up for the Grizzly or the Jacks. Now stepping up to the plate is the pitcher, not the shortstop, Jacob McCaskey. Not too often you'll see a pitcher hitting for himself, but this late game situation calls for some heroics. McCaskey is 0 for 3 today. First pitch swinging, first pitch missing. 0-1. McCaskey reached on an error back in the 5th. Popped out and flown out. Something about that tells me he might be due. Pitch misses outside.
Add a little insurance and then go back out onto the mound and close the game out.
This is a chance to give yourself your own boost of confidence. You've already gotten a run back here. Big hack, big miss. Breaking ball went right through the barrel. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jacob McCaskey. Hernandez at second. He walked. Isaiah Alvarez at first with the single. Swung on and missed by McCaskey. There's nowhere to go. He's running to first, but he has no play. Second out of the inning here in the top of the 7th. That's the 4th strikeout for Alex Carrillo. That brings up the first baseman, Jackson Millett. Still a chance to do damage. 2 runners on and 2 outs. Millett's had a good day. He's 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. One of those an RBI single back in the 3rd. First pitch to him misses at the shoelaces, 1-0. Carrillo sets at the belt. In the dirt. Good block.
Another tense matchup in this game. Either stop the bleeding or just add to it.
We'll see if the task becomes insurmountable. A base hit here could make it that case. Another breaking ball misses high. 3 balls and no strikes to Jackson Millett. Ball gets away on the infield, but no runners going anywhere. We'll see if Millett has the green light. Here's the 3-0. Inside corner for a strike.
As a batter, are you taking it all here? Or are you going to wait for your pitch?
I think I'd take another one here. My guess is going to be fastball outside corner.
And you were right.
Fastball. We'll say middle in. Quickly back to a full count here against Jackson Millett.
See if he can get out of this inning with minimal damage.
Only other full count that Alex Carrillo faced, he walked Josh Hernandez. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside. That's going to load the bases. Dangerous territory here for the Grizzly. Second walk allowed by Alex Carrillo. That'll bring up the catcher, Jacob Martin. Only 1 at bat today and struck out.
First baseman went out to Carrillo, try to calm him down a little bit. See if that pays off.
Mark Kirkland's got a good head on his shoulders, trying to pass along the same demeanor to Alex Carrillo here with the bases loaded. First pitch to Martin, fastball outside corner, 0-1. Josh Hernandez at third, he walked. Isaiah Alvarez at second, he singled. Millett at first, he just walked. Swung on and missed by Martin, quickly 0-2. Big spot here for Alex Carrillo. A run has scored, but a chance to keep it in striking distance for the Grizzly here. Martin with the open stance in the right-hand batter's box. Call time at the plate. Carrillo toes the rubber again. Still working from the stretch with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Nubbed foul, out of play. We'll do it again, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Jacob Martin. The pitch from Carrillo in the dirt. Hops up the third baseline, but a good block by Bounds to keep the runners where they are.
Wind is starting to pick up now. A little bit more breezier than it was early on in the game.
If I'm feeling that on the mound as Alex Carrillo, I'm going back to the fastball. That means there's probably dust flying right by the eyes of the batter. Big situation here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No one misses inside, just barely. 2-2 now to Jacob Martin. Trying to add more insurance here in the top of the 7th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball out of play. When the Grizzly come up in the bottom of the 7th, it'll be Carrillo, and then Irvin Bounds, his catcher, and then Jake Biscaluz, the catcher that Irvin Bounds took over for.
Well, they're making Carrillo work right now.
He's still set at a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Working to the catcher, Jacob Martin. Breaking ball didn't break into the zone as 3-2. Once again, 2 full count pitches for Alex Carrillo in this inning, both of them ending up in walks.
Got to be thinking fastball here. Outside corner.
I think he tried to hit the top of the zone. That's where they set up. Off-speed tap down the line.
Do it all over again.
We have seen some tense at-bats in the PSCL, but none more than these last 2 innings here in this Grizzly and Lumberjacks game. Lumberjacks ahead 4-2. That could change with 1 swing of the bat. Alex Carrillo and the Grizzlies still trying to keep this deficit where it is at 2. Carrillo sets. Here's the 3-2. Popped up on the infield into foul territory goes Macias. He can't find it, and it drops maybe 5 feet in front of him. Macias had sunglasses on. That could have been the 3rd out of this inning. That's going to extend it for another pitch. We saw a similar thing happen to Ryan Rodriguez in the power game the other night. 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. A pop-up in foul territory right in front of the third base bag. Popped out of his glove. This time Macias never had a play on it, couldn't find it in the sun.
Surprised the shortstop didn't come over and try to pick that one up.
So new life here for Jacob Martin at the plate. The payoff. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout. Leaves the bases loaded for Alex Carrillo. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Grizzlies still trailing by 2. It'll be Carrillo, Bounds, and Biscaluz up to try to get this game back. Something's got to give here. Lumberjacks still leading the Grizzly 4-2. Jacob McCaskey in with the save opportunity. He'll face off against a new pinch hitter. J.R. Freethy's in. First pitch to him is a called strike. Freethy, the late scratch at shortstop today, but told coach he was available to come up at the bat. This one might be the biggest time they needed him. Misses low, 1-1. Said he was available to maybe DH today. Instead was given the day off until now. But he comes in trying to get the Grizzly back in this game. That one's popped lazily down the third baseline, handled by the new third baseman, Bailey Bordas. McCaskey gets the first out of this inning on a pop-up.
It is do or die now for the Jacks. For the Grizzly.
Yeah. It'll be Irvin Bounds trying to keep the Grizzly in this game. First pitch to him is high, 1-0. That one's in there, 1-1. No such thing as a get-me-over fastball for McCaskey. If he's going with it, he's pumping it in the zone. That one smacked out to right field. Under it is the right fielder, Vinny Bachillier, and that's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 7th.
2 quick outs.
Yep, 2 outs on 6 pitches for McCaskey.
It's the last thing you want from the Grizzly.
So it'll all be up to Jake Biscaluz, another one of these power versus power matchups. Biscaluz has seen McCaskey's stuff. They've worked together in bullpens with the power. First pitch. Fastball's in there. 0-1. Biscaluz has struck out, walked and scored back in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball foul back to the screen. So McCaskey works ahead of Jake Biscaluz, and the Grizzly are down to their final strike. Here's the 0-2. Got a piece of the fastball, ran inside, and fouled it off the handle. Bases clear, 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes to Jake Biscaluz. McCaskey shakes off a couple of signs, and here's the 0-2. And the dirt. Tried to induce the swing and miss from Biscaluz, nothing doing.
Almost had him, though. Little check swing.
No full offer. Here's a 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. That's a ball game. Jacks end up coming out on top in this one, 4-2 over the Grizzly. Jacob McCaskey, what a fine 3-inning save to be able to lock this one down. He did give up the only 2 runs of the game on bases loaded walks, but still had finesse with the breaking ball, missed some spots, but was able to come out on top. A 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th, and the Jacks get their 5th win of the season. Jacks advance to 5-2 now. Grizzly falling to 1-5 after this game. Winning pitcher for the Jacks is Ubaldo Romo. He went 4 scoreless, only gave up 1 hit and 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Losing pitcher on the Grizzly side is Justin Ruthroff. He gave up all 3 runs. Or he gave up the first 3 runs allowed to the Lumberjacks. Save goes to Jacob McCaskey. We thank you for tuning into this PSCL broadcast. It was a good one. Make sure to either come out or tune in to the broadcast tonight for the Power. They're facing off against the Orange County Pirates at 7 o'clock. First pitch at 7:05. Gates open in the stadium at 6 o'clock. Steve will have the call for you tonight. For Tyler Hughes, for Reese Jacada, and for me, Sam Walters, we thank you for tuning in